صدح صوت الحوافر وسمعتها الخيل والفرسان، وصل لأقصى بقاع الأرض، صدى صوته ملا الأقطار طول وعرض. تسابق له من اللهفة بنات الريح، ما تقف لو تسير الريح عكس الريح. من الصحراء تشوف الناس ضحضاح السراب أسراب، تلاحظ في ملامحها الغريبة حالة استغراب، تحدد وجهة الصوت اللي يصداه وصلت الأسماع، وعلى الوجهة ما تدري عن بعضها وتتفق بإجماع. تجي من كل دار وكل صوب، ترابط بين أحاسيس وقلوب، تجمعنا الهواية والمحبة هنا من حيث تجتمع الشعوب.
في قلب الدوحة هناك موقع ينطلق فيه علن النظر نحو البحر، جوهرة معمارية صممت خصيصا لمن يسعون خلف التميز كل يوم وكل لحظة. جزيرة الفخامة فيها أسلوب حياة، شقق متميزة ومتنوعة بمساحاتها، من أطول ممشى تجاري مكيف في العالم إلى أطول موقف سيارات تحت الأرض، ومن ملعب الجولف إلى جمال الممشى البحري وإلى روعة الهدوء. جزيرة جيوان، فخامة، تألق.
A book, a desk, a teacher. For some, a classroom is a given. But for many around the world, it remains out of reach. Yet, we've always come forward to change that. Education above all is dedicated to making quality education accessible to all. Because when a child learns, they don't just change their future.
I want to be a pilot. I've dreamt of being a scientist.
Doctor. I want to work where I can help people.
They change the world around them.
إمكانياتك معروفة، وبعدين الطريق كان صعب وطويل.
نختلف وشديد التأثير.
طحت وايد وكل مرة ترجع توقف.
تجاهل الأصوات المحبطة واستمر في الجري.
الصوت المحبط خله لك دافع للأفضل. كل متسابق عنده قصة، مو ضروري توصل لخط النهاية. محتاج سبب واحد يذكرك أننا مع بعضنا بنتقدم أكثر وأكثر.
الماراثون اختر سباقك.
تطبيق لبيه، منصتك الذكية لإدارة خدماتك الصحية لدى مؤسسة حمد الطبية. للتسجيل حمل تطبيق لبيه من متجر التطبيقات، ثم سجل الدخول عبر معرف التوثيق الوطني لدولة قطر. فعل خاصية بصمة الإصبع أو الوجه لتسهيل الدخول. فعل الإشعارات لتصلك تنبيهات المواعيد والتغييرات. يمكنك من خلال التطبيق الاطلاع على المواعيد الطبية القادمة بكل سهولة، إعادة جدولة المواعيد أو إلغاؤها بخطوة واحدة فقط، استعراض ملفك الطبي والاطلاع على نتائج التحاليل والوصفات الطبية، تقييم حالتك الصحية ذاتياً باستخدام تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي. ونعدكم بتقديم المزيد من الخدمات. لبيه، منصتك الذكية لرعاية صحية أفضل، ونسعد بخدمتكم دائماً.
Assalamu alaikum, a very good morning and welcome to the final day of this week's show, but also the final day of 4 weeks of His Highness the Father Amir's Prix here across January. Pleasure to have you along with us. It's a very good morning here from Doha, but hello from wherever you may be watching. Well, the first course here today, it is part of our 3-star jumping competition against the clock. A one-round speed, as we sometimes like to call it. One opportunity to race around this track, keeping all the poles and planks in the positions in the cups under the time allowed of 72 seconds, and the fastest one of those will be crowned the winner here this morning. A total prize fund of €6,000. Nice little start to today's jumping. 62 entered into it, and what day ahead of us. It's Grand Prix day, 2 Grand Prix also at that. What more could you want? 3-star Grand Prix, well, that will start at 14:40 Doha time, and then the big one later this evening at 6:15. We are so looking forward to the 5-star Grand Prix. But for now, the attention returns to the first partnership. Riding here is Marlamondolo Zanotelli, Colin S. Scalding. It's by full white. correction, by Colestus out of a staccato dam. We will take you through the course over the first number of riders, and then we'll let you sit back, relax, and enjoy the jumping. A couple of nice turns here, but as always, we need those turns within a one-round speed or competition against the clock, as it really creates an opportunity for some of the riders to take shortcuts. Those representing Brazil. And over the finish line then, over the fence number 11 goes Marlon Mondoro Zanatelli, Brazil, with Colin S. So a good start to the day for him. He'll be in the Grand Prix later, a 5-star Grand Prix. 60.26, the standard set by the Pathfinder. We will definitely get a quicker round. Some of the riders may use this class to get the horses nicely into a rhythm, into the feel of the arena for the big day ahead across the 3 and 5-star jumping. We'll have a 5-star special 2-phase later this morning. Well, this afternoon, in fact, 12:45 start time for that here in Doha. So to Ibrahim, Hani, Bishart and Rada de Muse. This Belgian warm blood mares by Gino H out of a Bamco de Muse Dam for Jordan. So, fence number 1 with a right turn, backhanded to number 2, our yacht fence, sailboats. 6 strides down to the Oxer, fence number 3, left turn now, sharply round the corner. 4, dogleg to fence number 5. On the right rein then, this is a tight turn. This is where some of the riders will either make the time up or lose it. In this situation, it's Ibrahim knocking that fence. 7. With a Oxer vertical, then related distance down to 8. Then we go to a left-handed turn, the second of the combinations, this time reversed, so it's a vertical, 1 stride, Oxer out. Fence number 10, the vertical, cuts in between the combination to the last fence over number 11. With the 4 falls, so 63.89 then for the second to go. Ibrahim, Hani, Bishart, Jordan. Well, if you haven't seen some of the coverage over the last couple of days, we've had some really heartfelt moments as we talk and discuss some of the aspects of show jumping in this sport, but also Alshaqab and this wonderful tour. But there was a fabulous interview yesterday by Ollie and Will talking about their connection and their love of the sport. And today we will have more exciting clips to bring you in between the classes, with Ollie Fletcher and Crack Blue Sea ready to go for Great Britain. Nice turn there, pays off. Slight rub of fence 7A. Doesn't get the scope to go over the Qatar Olympic Federation fence with the 4 false, and now just the 1 from home. Well, over that and through the finish, it's fastest, the fastest we've seen so far, but 4 falls for Ollie Fletcher, Crack Blue C, Great Britain. Well, my word, what a show this lady is having. Travelling from the United States of America, in fact, travelling from Florida. yesterday, and across this week, the last 2 days, 4 wins under her belt, including yesterday's 5-star jump off. It's Kristin van der Veen, bull runs Mary. This 9-year-old by Advocacy Talma, out of a Cassacor dam. This is quick. This lady will once again be aiming for the podium. Slightly slower going into that double. It doesn't pay off. Also, as the front rail is knocked, 4 false. Another knockdown, so 8 false now. Kristin van der Veen. And over the last, so 8 false in the time of 57.84. And again, that's a really quick pace. As the only clear out is Marla Mondolo Zanatelli in 60.62. So we know the time can be beaten, but we need the accuracy there as well. So not to be for the USA's Kristin van der Veen with her first ride. We will see her back in right after the break. We will have a break at the halfway point of the competition for arena maintenance. She will restart us off, so one to watch later on in the class as well. Another rider that's been dominating here over the last 2 weeks. He has been on that podium so many times, including a win in yesterday's 3-star jump off, riding Chabrello PS gelding that is 10 years old, is Emanuele Guariano for Italy. This is so quick. As he loops back round into the final bit of this course. Could it be another podium position here today? Emanuele Guariano only has 1 to jump. He's up on the time. He clears it and he's through. 54.45, a clear out for Emanuele Guariano. Well, that's a super performance once again here today by a man that just continues to perform and perform here in Doha. That's the second clear. That's the new leading time as we go to the first of the riders for the home nation. Said Ahmed Al-Said rides Costa Gavers. This is a son of Contendro, out of a Quadam de Revel dam, owned by our host here, Alshaqab. It's Alshaqab, not just a 5-star global venue, but also a world-class training facility for so many of these Qatari riders. They make use of these fabulous facilities and they have a distinct advantage as they weekly will be jumping in this arena. Going now for the state of Qatar. Now that's probably the widest we have seen a pairing go round that corner. From the vantage view here of the commentary box, you can see the hoof imprints. Won't be in a top contention. Slide rattle of that front rail of the ox server to clear around Said Ahmed Al-Said and Costa Gavaras. Costa Gavras, correction, and Sad with a clear round, goes into rank 3rd. 61.19, the slowest of the clears so far. Well, plenty to jump here. We've 62 entered into the first competition of today, set at a height of 1.40 m, with the course design team being led by Peter Schumacher from Germany. Continuing with the Qatari riders, and to Sultan Salam Al Nuaimi. He goes Buchanan de la Luce, stallion. Baikanan out of a Balu Touré mare. Top 10 performance in yesterday's 3-star jump off. Was able to get into the jump off, but just incurred that 4 false. And today he picks up the 4 false at the vertical or Doha Equestrian Tour fence. Well, that's a shame. It's going to be a 4 falls for the party, 4 for the first refusal into B, as the arena crew will rebuild that fence. He will take a moment to just make sure Gana de la Luz is ready to continue, resettles his mind, regathers the concentration. He'll also be thinking if he wants to retire, and it looks like he will. He jumps that fence. So as an indication to the ground jury, jumping a fence that you have already jumped means is an indication you wish to retire. Sultan Salam Al Nuaimi from the state of Qatar. Well, ready to start their round is Adel Keshevaras and Romulo VDH. Belgium warm blood. This is by Untouchable, out of a Darko Dam. Top 9 in last week's 3-star 1-round speed. Well, again, the Doha Equestrian Tour fence, and now also fence 5, so loops around the corner. That's the widest turn now to the edge for that corner, but no need to push on after the 8 falls so far. And another. Well, the ground jury is sounding the bell there, and they are eliminated. Adel Keshevaras, Iran. So, with the 3 clears so far, the leading time is 54.45. Traben and Kassalor from Switzerland. Well, 2 top 10 performances across the last 2 weeks. Was able to place 10th in the 3-star special 2 phase here on day number 1, Thursday of this week. She sets off with vigor, riding Kassalor, a mare that's 14 years old by Cassal. Could we have a challenger to Emanuele Guariano's time? Well, the knockdown of the first element there means 4 faults and early takeoff going into that vertical, but manages to stretch into the final line and crosses that. So time of 60.89 and 4 faults for Geraldine Straman riding Kassalor. Well, we continue now to the 10th 2-step forward here into the Longines Arena of Alshaqab. Sinano is gelding by Zidane. Riding this for the home nation, the state of Qatar's Sheikh Khalifa Al Thani. Another G, 12 years old. But an early 4 faults at fence 3. First time we've had that element or that effort down on the course. Decides to pull up before jumping fence 4 and will retire. Ziano G is Qatar's Sheikh Khalifa Al Thani. Well, 2 hours of jumping, just under an hour and 40 minutes left of this competition. And 12:45 start for the next class and 25 in that. That's a 150 special 2 phase. So Drat Shaber is ready to go with Amy Blue AW as he crosses the start line, clears the first with a mare that's 10 years old. This is by Action Blue. Seven top 10 performances over the last 3 weeks, including podium finish as 3rd day number 1 of this week's 5-star first Longines ranking competition. Not liking going into the blue double. Well, into time now, as expected here. Finishing up there with a total of 21, 17 for time, 4 for jumping, 88.66. Just the refusal for Dwight Shebrant in the blue AW. We're off to Osama Al Bori. This is Gin Lady Tivoli said. Mare by Action Blue. It's correction by Gilad de la Pomme, is 8 years old. Wide, got into fence 6. As there's 48 seconds, but knocks the back rail of the second element. .64, 4 falls for Osama Al Bori and Gin Lady Tivoli said. We go on to Tolga Jamurtulu. He rides a gelding by the Monte Seme out of a Corna Dublinski dam, and this gelding is Alsace. With a refusal, fence number 2. Not liking the second fence, the yacht fence here for Tolga Jumertru. Therefore eliminated with Alsace. Kadiabatsu. She comes forward with Cool Paradise S. It's 13-year-old by Claramo. Bit of a Sirodam. Top 12 performance last Friday in our 145 one round speed. Opting for a steady pace again, going for a clear. Yeah, that's a good steady clear there. Belgadi Abasu and Cold Paradise at 67.98. The fourth clear and the slowest of the clears so far. Zaid Ali is ready to go. He placed third in the 3-star special 2-phase last correction on day number 1 of this week. He rides Konani Van de Maltahuva, Belgium Warmblood by El Toro the Muse, El Vidaco Dam. This mare gets underway by crossing the first fence. Just misses the slight slip of the footing there going in, and yeah, the ground jury a little bit slow in ringing the bell there, as there was an obstruction, but they correctly so ring the bell. So he decides to retire. It's Zaid Ali and Corinne van de Mortove. Well, some of the riders, some of the horses will be using this as a warm-up, warm-up is the wrong word, as they still want the competition, but definitely an aspect of trying to get them settled into the arena, especially if some of these riders and, more importantly, the horses will be competing in the 3-star Grand Prix later today. We go to the first of the Irish riders. Derry Glen Quarter is a Belgian warmblood stallion, owned by one of the Irish athletes here, Deirdre Riley. It's by Kafka van de Hefnik out of a Contact van de Hefnik dam. Riding this is the Irishman Neil Farren. This will be another that goes for a clear round. No great speed, but a really precise and nice ride here of this 10-year-old. But the knockdown of the last element there of our combinations. So coming home with 4 then. And over the line. So 67.79 and 4 faults for Neil Farren. Derry Glen Quarter for Ireland. As it stands at the moment, Emanuele Guadiano 54.45. The second at this stage, Brazil's Marlon Mondolo Zanotelli 60.62. Third is Qatar Saeed Ahmed Al Saad 61.19. Fourth Galiabatsu, Italy 67.98. That's the top 4, as those are the only 4 clear rounds so far. Well, a total of 62 entered into the class. We'll have a break after 41 jumps But for now, we go to Yusuf's side, Al-Amadi. This is Kuba A, a mare that's 9 years old, Egypt. Well, an early 4 here this morning for the Egyptian. At the first fence, never ever nice to see, and never nice for the rider and horse as well. These are the concentration they're going into that double, and therefore both elements down, a total of 16. And decides to call it a day. By the looks of it, raises cap, or tip of the cap there, by the Egyptian rider. Here's the side, Al-Amadi Kuba A retires.
Number 20.
Tip of the hat there as he walks towards the pocket, and that man is next to go in his blue jacket. It's Mohammed Said Al Haydan. Watnan Ikadix riding for the home nation, for the state of Qatar, owned by the Watnan studs with the prefix there, of course. Studs purposely set up to support Qatar and its ambitions for the LA Olympic Games. Tight but slow going around that corner. But so far, this is really good. Landing after the double at 53 seconds. We'll need to push to get a good time on the clock. Not in contention for the top spot, but clears the last. And 66.11 is the time. That's a good performance for Mohammed Said Mohammed Haydan with Watnan Ikadix. Well, it's rank 4th at this moment. It means 3rd and 4th are both clears for Qatar. Well, Amir El-Zini. This is Wilson. Son of Plot Blue out of a cruising dam, and 9 years old. Goes for Egypt. Regroups, picks up the 4 for the refusal. Will exceed the time allowed now. And is coming around to fence number 8 to retire. So Amir Al-Zini and Wilson for Egypt retires. Frederica Stack goes for Germany. Shouts PS, the gelding. It's 9 years old. Son of Chacun Blue. I have Vigo de Arisores Dam. Knockdown at 7A. The total of 12 now to the last fence. Decides to retire before jumping the last fence, Frederica Stack and Canisius PS. So next, and back in for the next one is one for the home nation here, Qatar, and Said Hamad Juma, rides Watnan Diesel. Knocked down a fence number 1. How disappointing is that start? Slight rub of the pole, 7-8. Manuele Guadiano very much in the lead, good 6 seconds faster than what is the second fastest time. 54.45 the time to beat 60.62, our second place time of it. First fence down is 4 faults here. Qatar Said Hamad Juma Watnan Diesel. Well, to the Egyptian team, or the Egyptian riders, I should say, Ali Osama Abdel Ghani. Correction. He goes with Obama van der Vachuva. Belgium warm blood stallion. We've had one, actually two for Italy, two for Qatar, one for Brazil in the clear round club. This is quick, but will it be precise? 4 from home, including this double that's causing issues. Slide rubber the first. He lands there at 48 seconds. Could this be a strong enough performance for a top 3? Clears the last and over the finish. 59.06 into second place goes Egypt's Ali Osama Abdel Ghani with Obama van der Vachuva. A deep sigh of relief there as he leaves the arena, and finally a smile. Well done to him. That is a great round. 59.06 is the time for Ali as he places second. The leading time remains 54.45 for Emanuele Guadiano. Well, fence number 1 once again goes, and this time it's a disappointing start for this rider. Representing Taipei, Shang Ho Wang and Desandro Blue. Knockdown of fence number 8. Yeah, that's a quick pace. Good enough time, 62.52, but 3 down, so 12 for Taipei's Shang Hao Wang and Desandro Blue. To Jordan next. Nasuki Ali. He goes with high score. This gelding, it's 9 years old, is by Hip Hop. As he comes round now to the first fence. He had a great round yesterday in that 3-star class. Part of the 145 one-round speed. Well, this is a height of 140, also one-round speed. Different horse this time, and let's see if he's still just as hungry for a podium finish. Nice turn back, executes it well. What a knockdown of the first element of the first double, the front rail in fact as well. to the last fence then with the 8 false in 59.75. Correction, Jordan's Nasu Kiali high score. Well, next a rider that was in the top 7 last week on day number 1, the 140 two-phase competition. In fact, with this exact gelding, it's a Belgian warm blood. It's by Big Star, and this is Rockstar, owning and riding this for Egypt, Mustafa Said. This is good. Nice pace set here by Mustafa, landing there at 48 seconds. Will this be in contention of a top 3 finish? Yes, he clears it. 57.81 is good enough to rank into the 2nd place at this point as we come into the halfway point. Mustafa Said and Rockstar Egypt. 57.81 is a great time. Really shows Emanuele Guadiano is going to be difficult to catch. But this young lady, well, she knows all about winning. She knows how to do it as well. Top 6 on day number 1 in the 5-star 150 one-round speed. And then a wonderful double clear. Got into the jump off yesterday in the 5-star jump off class. Finished in the top 7 performance, riding Miss Canariva PS. This mare by Messenger out of a Canaan Dam is Monaco's Anastasia Nilsson. Just a little bit wide on that corner there to be hot enough on the heels to Emanuele Gaudiano's time. ...40 seconds, 41 seconds. About a knockdown of the first element of that double. So 4 falls for Anastasia Nelson, Monaco, and 62.32. Well, these riders for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are so competitive, and this man was 6th in the 1-star yesterday, the height of 1.25 m. He was 9th in the 1-star Grand Prix last Saturday. Got into the jump off just with 1 knockdown. Let's see how he performs in this 3-star. Well, Rail Star van de Dublinhoeve is a Belgian warm blood mare. And riding this is Khaled Abdulaziz Al Eid for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Clear so far, landing there at 54 seconds. It is a slower pace. Just needs to be precise over this last fence. And does exactly that. Clear round, 10 seconds slower than the leading time, but will go into rank 6th for Khalid Abdulaziz Al-Eid, the real star of Andy Guplenhoeva. Yeah, really nice round there for Khalid. With 2 left to go before we reach the halfway point, and at that stage we will take an arena maintenance break. Italy leads it. Will it be an Italian rider that can beat Emanuele Guadiano's time? Well, to fellow countryman Mohamed Tanas Al-Jija as a refusal at the first fence with car, driver or stallion by Animal. Second refusal, car driver or not liking the first fence. That's just how it is sometimes. That's elimination then. Well, last to go then before we take a break. Well, only for 7 minutes. Go to the Egyptian riders, and Egypt is currently in second and third. Let's see if we can add another one to the top 6. Riding the stallion, owned by the Armed Forces Club. There's Noor Hazem, and here rides the stallion, it's Nixon. Well, the bell has been sounded. She's just gathering himself. And we're off. Right forward, the first fence. A couple of our horses not liking that first fence. But a refusal at fence 3. Just waiting to see what Noor Hazem does. Well over the time, or will be well over the time. As we are now exceeding the time allowed, just how quickly those time penalties add on. 1 second over it, 1 time penalty, another knockdown here. Interesting to see if he decides to jump the last or retire. Looks like he is going to jump it. That concludes his round there. Well, that's a total of 34, 22 for time and 12 for jumping, 93. 34, Noor Hazem and Nixon, Egypt. We'll be back with you in just under 7 minutes time for the second half of this 3-star, the first competition of today. We'll be back with you in just a minute.
feeling good. But now we're old, I couldn't go much dear before. We're leading life, we're flying low. We try to play the game you know, but don't end it so.
Hello and welcome back to the coverage here of the first class of the final day and the final week of His Highness the Father Amir's Prix of 2026. Pleasure to have you along with us. At the moment we have Emanuele Guariano leading with 54.45, our time to beat. Second Mustafa Syed, third Ali Osama Al Dilgani, fourth Marlon Mondolo Zanotelli, fifth. Sixth, in fact, a total of 8 clears, 8 so far, as we return our attention to a lady with her second ride in this 3-star. At a height of 1.40 m, it's a 1-round speed for the USA. Kristen van der Veen, Bull Runs Lioness. Lady dominating here across the last 2 weeks. She's only come out 2 weeks ago and has been on the podium countless times, including on day number 1 of this week. Won 3 competitions. Yesterday she won the big 5-star jump off. An absolute force to be reckoned with, and certainly one to watch later in the Grand Prix. Steadies up, just got into the double. Will this be the first real big challenge to Emanuele Guariano's time? Lands at 44 seconds after the double with a tight turn. Time to beat 54.45. She's over, and she's ever so slightly the disappointment by her team as they watch on, but she's pleased with that. She's giving Bull Runs Lioness a good pat. She's so pleased with that. It's just 0.9 of a second too slow to beat Emanuele Guariano's time of 54.45. Superb performance. Having to follow that, we go to Egypt's Ahmed Al-Ragab and Dayton, gelding by Dantos, and Dr. Dam. Clear so far into the first of the combinations, but knocked down at it. To the last end with the 4 falls. 67-67, and the 4 then for the Egyptian Ahmed Al-Ragab, Egypt. Remaining with the Egyptian rider, Syed Saad goes with United. over the vertical. Wide turn, so opting probably for the widest turn we've seen from 5 to 6. So opting for a clear round here. Good clear there, but slow pace. Happy enough with that though is Egypt's side. Sad United into top 10 performance will most certainly get knocked down the order, or the top 10 are kicked out of it by the remaining riders. And in fact we have 27 remaining. One for the home nation now. They already have 2 clears. One holding on to the 6th place at the moment side, Ahmed Al-Sad. To get into the top 6 you need to beat 61.19. Riding this stallion that's 11 years old by non-stop out of a Quidam de Revel Dam. It's Imro della Sementrese. It's Mohammed Khalifa Al-Bakr. Good turn. Slight rub of the vertical. Steady's gone in to the double. Clear. We need to be about 44 seconds landing after this double, but a refusal going into the Alshaqab vertical. So a total of 12 then in 75.68. Mohammed Khalifa Al-Bakr, Emro del Sementarese. Remaining with the home nation for Qatar. Rahman Lord Toulon, this gelding. 10 years old is Bayou Toulon, part of the Watland stud. Mohammed Abdullah Juma for the state of Qatar. Good so far. Won't be quick enough. Nice clear. Nearly 12 seconds slower than the leading time, but yeah, really good for Mohammed Abdullah Juma. Watnan Lord Toulon, top 8 at the moment with the 66.11 time. We go to Hassan Center because he starts his round there. This is Dimas Burimabel Zedus Sangazoid Stallion by Darko. And the 37th to go here in our start list. Good tight turn from 3 to 4. Pushes on the pace into 5. Just a little rattle of the back rail. If he can keep them up, this could be promising, but a rub of the first element, a knockdown of the second is 4 faults. Hassan Santurk, Dimas Brunabelis. Second knockdown over the last then, 8 faults in 56.76. Quick pace there, just under 3 seconds slower than the leading time, but precision not quite here this morning for Hassan Santurk, Turkey. Well, we're going out to Rika Belinda Parker. It's Empire SBK. Zangerside Stallion. Off we go. With this 10-year-old. It's by Elvis de Poot. Representing Denmark. Nice clear round in the 145 one-round speeds yesterday. Just not quick enough to get into the top 10. But was within the prize money placings. Landing there 48 seconds. Will she be good enough to get into the top 6, 61.19. Certainly looks like it. 59.16, so into provisional 5th here for Rika Belinda Parker, Empire SBKZ for Denmark. Yeah, good clear, good pace. Right from the get-go, our riders, if they wish to contend for that top first place, right from the get-go, they will need to be pushing, pushing, pushing. That's how it looks at the moment, 54.45 and 54.54 for the top 2. So close with third there. Mustafa Saeed for Egypt, 57.81. We go to Laura Triband, Flash de Talma. The stallion is by Contendro the first. Out of a Baladu Ruemer. For France. Nice turn. Very nice. Continuous radius around the 5 to 6 corner. With the double clear and our Qatar Olympic Federation fence. Just slightly down on the time, 2 seconds slower. One from home, cuts in between. Crosses that. Strong performance for Rika Belinda Parker, Empire SBKZ. Correction for Laura Tribe, Flash de Talma, with 56.14, top 3 performance for the French lady. Laura having a great time out here over the last 2 weeks. Huge credit to her. One to watch later on. And also another young lady one to watch for the Grand Prix. She was here last year, dominated the podium. She goes with this Belgian warm blood, or Domenico de Gival. This is a 9-year-old by de Montesime, out of an Indoctro dam. Riding for Great Britain, Millie Allen. Slightest rub there, good escape. Well, what a night she had last night. Under the lights, with the crowds gathered for the 6-bar competition. She was a great winner, an outright winner, and rightly so. Jumping at a height of 1.90 meters. Well done to her. But today the concentration returns to the normal competition jumping. Not in contention for top 3. Could be one she's riding in the jump off, or the Grand Prix, I should say. With one from home, nice round as she clears the last. For Millie Allen, 64.16. That's just inside the top 10, ranks 9th. 64.16 and a clear round, riding or Domenico de Gival. Ahmed Al-Nagar and Gonturno. This gelding by Gonturno is the 42nd on our start list. Goes for Egypt. Slow pace here. Knockdown of the first, as our combinations cause issues for the riders and more importantly for the horses. Raising the hand there, deciding to retire is Ahmed Al-Nagar and Gonturno, Egypt. What a formidable young man next. He goes representing Great Britain. Needs very little introduction here this morning. An Olympian, as he goes with a gelding, a Belgium warm blood. This is a son of Die Cantero van de Hulst Z, out of a Jensen van Meulenhof dam. Riding this gelding titled or named Robinson is Great Britain's Harry Charles. Opting for a nice clear here. Really nice scope on this gelding. The ears pricked going into the final combination. To the last then, over that and through 67.12 for Harry Charles Robinson. Clear out. Good enough to rank 13 outside the top 10. Steady pace there for Harry. As we go to the Qatari riders once again, but this time, Ganamaster Al-Qaedi goes with Ratina Lynn Vant te Nitterhof. Owned by the host venue here, Alshaqab. And really just the Longines Indoor Arena, which is being broadcast here. Well, this is only a small part of the Alshaqab estate. We have the Longines Indoor Arena. We have a second outdoor arena here at this show. Huge amounts of training facilities, stables, warm-up arenas. It's really quite an impressive place. Knockdown of the first element. So it's 7A knocked, it is 4 false, as Ganamaster Al-Qaedi clears the last, a total of 4. Tina Lynn Vathit Yitterhof, 65.70. On course now is Mustafa El-Hussein Aissa, Clint Zed, a stallion. And owns and rides this. Goes from Egypt. 4 false at the Doha Equestrian Tour vertical. Refusal then. Let's see if we can get over it. He does, and not quite the angle. Tip of the hat there, so he was going to retire. Mustafa El-Hussein Issa Clint for Egypt. Total of 15 clears, and 15 will be placed in the competition. To get into the top 6, you need to beat Rika Belinda Parker's time of 59.16. Emanuele Guadiano 54.45. Well, that's the time to beat. As we continue. With 17 left to go, we turn our attention to Derry Glen Firepower. Yes, gelding is a 12-year-old by Corland of a Carthago Z dam. Beautiful gelding, clears the first, and riding this is Ireland's Deirdre Riley. Another one opting for a nice, clear, but a rattle of the first element of the double, which has caused consistent issues for a number of our riders here. One from home with just the 4. And over the last, so 4 faults into time. Also 72.78. 4 for jumping, 1 for time. Deirdre Riley, Terry Glenn, firepower. So a total of 5 there for D. Ireland. Well, we welcome back in this Tolga Germatulo. He rides a stallion by numero 1. This is Nico. He goes for Turkey. Well, he'll be really pleased if he gets a clear round. He's just the one from home. Didn't have a great start to this morning's with his first ride, but his second ride has delivered a great clear. There's a wonderful round of applause for Tolga Germatulo for Turkey. Clear round 67.05 riding Nico. Delight next. Delight goes with Maximum Kinmar Royale. This Irish sport horse gelding. It's by Ganache Hero Z. Out of a Dancing Boy mare, bred by Jerry Marin. Riding for Thailand is Yannickabo Kataruniahaj. Also goes by Delight. Was really well turned out. Four faults as fence number 3 this morning. Well, there we go. We finish on 12 faults and 69.50 for the Thai rider Delight. Yannickabo Kataruniahaj, Max Win Kinmar Royale. Well, he leads it. He has his own time to beat. Well, that is 54.45. Will he take first and second here this morning? No doubt he will give it a go. Emanuele Guadiano, Dirogue Blue PS. This mare clears the fifth fence. He goes for Italy. Tight turn once again. Five down to fence 8. Good tight turn. We need to be landing after this double at 44 seconds if he is going to beat his own time. But a knockdown of that back rail. He was up on the time, 43 seconds landing there. Round we go, over the finish. Yeah, 54.34, look at that, it is quicker time. Absolutely incredible, he's just a wonderful performer. Top class athlete, Emanuele Guadiano, just the one knockdown with Dirk Blue PS, but not all lost, as we say, as he is our current leader. He is the only person to beat his time, 54.45. Kristen van der Veen was very, very close to it. As we go to Qatar, Syed Ahmed Al Sayed and Quarquenent de Mazan. Das ist mir bei der 8 Trio. This is a good performance for the home nation rider. Won't be good enough for the top contention, but will we get a Qatari rider in the top 6 for another time? They were in it, but now pushed out of it. He's over the last and 60.32. Great round for Syed Ahmed Al Saad, just outside that top 7. Quarant de Mazan probably will be good enough to take a little bit of prize money home here this morning, but to get into the top 6 needs to be the time of 59.16 over a second. Slower there. Emanuele Guadiano is the leader, 54.45 then. Kristen van der Veen is second for the USA. Third, France, Lara Treiber, Flash de Talma. Fourth and fifth are Egypt's Mustafa Said. Fourth, Ali Osama Abdelghani. Fifth and sixth is Rika Belinda Parker for Denmark. We remain with the home nation riders in a quick start so far for Sultan Salam Al Nuaimi. Energica de Nees. This mare by Quick Star. Of a Touchy de Bonnet Dam. How tight will he go? A little bit wide. But speed is good. Just using his voice a little bit to calm this energetic mare. Needs to be steady. Coming out at 46 seconds. This is another clear for Qatar. Time to beat 54.45, but he clears it in 56.32. 1.5 seconds slower than the leading time, but with that performance, secures Qatar into 4th rank at this stage. One for the home nation and one for the home crowd here. Good round of applause goes up for Sultan Salam Al Nuaimi. right from the get-go, as you see there, just in the slow motion replay of fence number 1. He was jumping it with the head of the turn of the head even, already looking ahead to see, even there, where he was going to cut in and get those corners and really push for a top place. Well, back in with us now, this time riding Kaminka. This mare is by Como Fo. And Brazil's Marlon Modolo Zanotelli. That's tight. That's really tight. It's good. Into the second half of this course. Would want to push. Landing there 45 seconds. Could this be a challenger? The final push with a time to beat a 54.45. It's close. It's not quick enough to beat the top time, but that is good enough to rank into third. Marlon Modolo Zanotelli Mercaminca for Brazil. Yeah, super round there. Well done to him. Italy, USA and Brazil. That's the top 3 nations. We go to Iran. Abdel Kashavarez goes with Kerim B, a mare that's by Berlin. It's 11 years old. 7 left to go after Adele. Knockdown there at the backhand turn. Total of 8 now. Final fence goes in 64.56 for Adel Kashavarez, Kerim B, Iran. Charlene Straman is one of our top athletes here, joining us in Qatar. She goes with Action Balu PS. Wonderful gelding is 9 years old. It's by Action Blue. I have a Balu du Rouet mare. Geraldine Struman for Switzerland. Up to 4 clear. Well, the sun is shining here in Qatar, as what can be expected. It's a cool 23 degrees. It's just absolutely perfect conditions for these horses. They are loving jumping in the sunshine, basking in its glory. So Geraldine Sturman comes to the end on a nice clear indeed, 71.53. With action, Balu PS from Switzerland. Khaled Al-Haidi goes. 6 or 7 left after him. This is Campoin, a gelding by converter. It's out of a Darko mare and eyes of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So Khaled Al-Haidi, and here in the first half. Four false coming out of the second double with the one from home. It knocks the front rail off that last fence, so it will be a total of 8 for Khaled Al-Haidi and Campoin. With the time 57.47. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Remaining with the Saudi riders, it's Mohammed Al-Sakar, and this is Skubilensky Theus stallion. It's out of a For Pleasure dam. It's a son of Komel Fo. See, he gets underway. See if he'll give it a go. Looks like it. Just a knockdown there. Will end the hopes of a top 6 performance then. It is 4 falls now for Mohammed. With the 4 over the last, and the time 62.88 then. So for the Saudi Arabian rider, Mohammed Al-Sakar, Skubilensky Theus. Two for Qatar, 1 for Great Britain, 1 for Jordan, 1 for Egypt. So it stands the remaining of the nations represented here as we go to Sheikh Khalifa Al Thani. Sheikh, who joined us here in the Longines Arena of Alshaqab. Just look at how glorious and magnificent this arena is. All the nations' flags on the left and right of the arcing sides of this setup. Sheikh Khalifa Al Tani. Equino is a stallion by Yuriko with a Kankara dam. It's a stallion for the state of Qatar. Into time also, a steady pace, 74.56, 3 just for time. Clear jumping for Sheikh Khalifa Al Thani, Equino. Well, could be using that round as a prelude to the 3-star Grand Prix that's coming up here this afternoon. Keep an eye on that one for the home nation, Qatar. Well, that man that's approaching the start, reapproaching in fact, as he rejoins us this time with Nolasco Z, is Portugal's Duarte Chebra. This is a stallion. Picks up 4 faults at the first. It's by Naxal the 5th. Long way around to come to the last fence, but with that 4 faults incurred at the first, no need to put any further pressure on Nolasco Z. So I'd say passes just the 4 faults and 2 time penalties, 73.85, a total of 6. Portugal. Well, into the final 4, and the first of those will be Egypt's Hayat El Bore. He is ready to go with this mare that's Karaoke. This is good. Won't be quick enough. Landing there 45.5 seconds. The Egyptian rider comes to the last. 55.47, 1 second slower than the leading time, but that's a great run for Egypt's Hayat El Bore and Kadoki into rank 4th at this late stage. She's pleased with that. Rightly so. Well done to her. Really precise, really clean, and elegantly over those fences. With 3 left to go. Will that be good enough to remain as within the top 6? Well, the last of those 3. Our attention now to Qatar's Ibrahim Yusuf Al Mahmoud. This is Pearl van de Dopperhede, Belgian Warmblood mare by Jamal van de Hefnik, owned by our hosts here in Alshaqab. So 4 faults in 63.91 for the Qatar rider Ibrahim Yusuf Al Mahmoud. Second last is Jordanian rider, it's Ibrahim Hani Bishart. Then we will conclude with Great Britain, with Ollie Fletcher. Emanuele Guadiano looks like he will be crowned a winner again here this week. He is just so fast in fact, that he even beat his own time but picked up 4 faults in his second ride of this competition. Nobody has come close except for Kristin van der Veen, just 1/10 of a second slower. Could it be Ibrahim Hani Bishart with Corona I or W? This mare, which is 9 years old, goes next for Jordan. Well, 2 down so far. To the last with a fall, 62.69 then for Ibrahim Hani Bishart and Corona I or Jordan. So, last to go. Riding for Great Britain. He's back in with us. Right in the gelding. This is Angerside gelding. Balou du Rouet. Correction, it's by Balou du Rouet. Ollie Fletcher, Balou's boy term at GZ. Just a 7-year-old. Let's see how it will do on this grand stage. Opting for a nice steady clear here. So we have our winner, Emanuele Guadiano. Win for Italy once again, 54.45. Let's keep our attention on Ollie Fletcher. Will he get a clean score? No, it's a knockdown there of the Doha Equestrian Tour Vertical, so 4 faults here this morning. Baller's boy Terma GZ. So to the last with 2 down now. 8 falls as he finishes over the time allowed also, ever so slightly. 1 for time, 8 for jumping. Total of 9 then for Oliver Fletcher and Balloon Boys, Tema GZ. Well, that does conclude the first competition of today at the end of an exciting week and the end of an exciting 4 weeks as the conclusion of His Highness the Father Amir's Prix of 2026 will come to a close. Huge congratulations to Emanuele Guadiano for Italy, the winner of the first class here today. We'll hand you over to the arena commentary team to bring you through the prize giving ceremony. We will be back for the second class here at 12:45 Doha time. Back with you then.
versus condition with Chabai Lopez per l'Italia, Emanuele Gaudiano. And of course, in honor of the victory of Emanuele Gaudiano, please all rise to the national anthem of Italy. Second place, runner-up discussion, We complete our top three with Brazil. Merci Binka, Marlon Sanotelli. We follow up with the fourth place for Egypt, Haya Osama El Borai.
والمركز الرابع جمهورية مصر العربية هيا أسامة البراعي.
And to complete our top five, we go over to France with Flash de Talma, Lahat Riba.
والمركز الخامس
A big thank you to the presence of Kazuya Hirayama, member of the jury, for awarding the best riders. And we now ask to Emanuele Gaudiano to leave the lap of honor, and I'm sure he knows the way. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Emanuele Gaudiano. Marlon Modulo Sanotelli.
هيا البراعي.
And Lahat Riba, your top five. So the time for Emanuele to dismiss and to begin the meeting for the winner of the communication of Like this? So we get ready for the winner interview in the really short moment. Soon we're on the screen. We're off with Emanuele Galdiano. Ready to go. So, Emanuele, this is your 10th victory. Give us first a few words about that.
Happy with all my horse. Bello. And jump very
Yeah, we have a little technical problem here with the microphone, so we try to handle it up. So now 10 victories. I think maybe today you can still go for 11th in the next competitions. Do you have another suitcase for all your trophies and everything or not?
No, but okay, today we still have 2 big Grand Prix and 150 class 2 faces. For sure I will try, but yeah, we'll see.
Perfect. We're going to stay on this. We have a little, I think, a technical issue with the microphones here. So thank you so much for joining us for the interview. And of course, we wish you the 11th later on.
Thank you.
dirt all on my name. Cause I knew that I'd call you up. You would go around every party in LA. Cause I knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that stress is coming, I feel regret. Got me thinking back when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you, I should expect. Should I come in home with me tonight? You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention, I know from the start. You're just making sure that I'm in. You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Baby, you just hit that for me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention, I know from the start. You're just making sure that I'm in. Throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. Baby, another way, where you stand if they still face. You already know that you want. Oh, I know that stress is gonna feel regret. Got me thinking back when you were mine. All I want is you expect. Should I come in home with me tonight? I just wanna touch you. You don't want my heart. Baby, you just sit there for me with someone. Yeah, you just wanna touch you. Running from the stress. You're just making sure I'm happy for you. You just wanna touch you. You don't want my heart. Baby, you just sit there for me with someone. Yeah, you just wanna touch you. Running from the stress. You're just making sure I'm happy for you.
صدح صوت الحوافر وسمعتها الخيل والفرسان، وصل لأقصى بقاع الأرض. تسابق له من اللهفة بنات الريح، ما تقف لو تسير الريح عكس الريح. من الصحراء تشوف الناس ضحضاح السراب أسراب، تلاحظ في ملامحها الغريبة حالة استغراب، تحدد وجهة الصوت اللي يصداه وصلت الأسماع، وعلى الوجهة ما تدري عن بعضها وتتفق بجماع. تجي من كل دار وكل صوب، ترابط بين أحاسيس وقلوب، تجمعنا الهواية والمحبة هنا من حيث تجتمع الشعوب.
في قلب الدوحة هناك موقع ينطلق فيه عنان النظر نحو البحر، جوهرة معمارية صممت خصيصا لمن يسعون خلف التميز كل يوم وكل لحظة. جزيرة الفخامة فيها أسلوب حياة، شقق متميزة ومتنوعة بمساحاتها، من أطول ممشى تجاري مكيف في العالم إلى أطول موقف سيارات تحت الأرض، ومن ملعب الجولف إلى جمال الممشى البحري وإلى روعة الهدوء. جزيرة جيوان، فخامة، تألق.
تطبيق لبيه منصتك الذكية لإدارة خدماتك الصحية لدى مؤسسة حمد الطبية. للتسجيل حمل تطبيق لبيه من متجر التطبيقات، ثم سجل الدخول عبر معرف التوثيق الوطني لدولة قطر. فعل خاصية بصمة الإصبع أو الوجه لتسهيل الدخول. فعل الإشعارات لتصلك تنبيهات المواعيد والتغييرات. يمكنك من خلال التطبيق الاطلاع على المواعيد الطبية القادمة بكل سهولة، إعادة جدولة المواعيد أو إلغاؤها بخطوة واحدة فقط، استعراض ملفك الطبي والاطلاع على نتائج التحاليل والوصفات الطبية، تقييم حالتك الصحية ذاتياً باستخدام تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي. ونعدكم بتقديم المزيد من الخدمات. لبيه منصتك الذكية لرعاية صحية أفضل، ونسعد بخدمتكم دائماً.
A book, a desk, a teacher. For some, a classroom is a given. But for many around the world, it remains out of reach. Yet, we've always come forward to change that. Education, above all, is dedicated to making quality education accessible to all. Because when a child learns, they don't just change their future.
I want to be a pilot. I've dreamt of being a scientist.
Doctor. I want to work where I can help people.
They change the world around them.
Welcome to Doha
Equestrian
Tour 2026. Let's go.
I only want you beside me. I only want you beside me.